Good morning, folks. Just completing some post-setup bits, but I hope we find you well this morning. We're here live at Bristol Airport. I'm Danny, this is Planecaster, here for the next 3 hours at least, maybe a little bit longer as we're a bit early, and here to enjoy the proceedings. Going to complete some setup and then I shall say hello properly. Let's have a bit of fun putting this on. Like that, is it? Or like that? There it is. Just putting on a filter due to the sunshine today. We don't want to have it washed out. Right, there we go. There we go indeed. And folks, I tell you now, I can't wait to tell you about this. I think I've invented like the coolest thing ever for anybody who has to use the a camera with a panhandle in this weather. Right, I got a quick arrival coming. I'm going to try and spin round for this one. It's caught me on the hop. It's a sleek looking thing. What are we looking at here? God, folks, that's not that. Sorry for the dodgy panning. I've got this not quite set up right, which is not unusual for a first attempt, so we'll have a quick fix of that in just a second. There you go, little light aircraft down safely. We're due to start at 10:30 this morning, so I am a little bit early, folks, which gives me the chance just to fix a few things and hopefully make sure the broadcast is therefore better for the rest of it. Mind you, don't get your hopes up too much, folks, if you've watched the channel before. Yeah, so I bought for the household a glove that goes over your hand while you're scraping the car, but it turns out that it can be repurposed and used as a nice little kind of sock to use the panhandle on a video camera, so pretty neat, and therefore I'll probably retire off of this rather than anything that we ever earned from Planecaster, because it truly is the greatest invention. Right, we'll lose sight of that behind the hedge. Here is the headline story today. This is out at about 1:30. We do have a friend of the show on it, and they're off to Barbados. I believe it's off for a cruise charter, although I can't be absolutely sure. It's the Dreamliner. It's Tango Uniform Indigo Indigo. I think it's Mrs. Patmore was the name of it. Do we see the name this side? Can we see that? Yes, Mrs. Patmore. Regular viewers will know there's a Mr. and Mrs. Patmore. I've definitely got at least one friend who's flown on Mrs. Patmore before. All part of a lovely TUI initiative to allow customers to name their planes. I've been on Alfie and I've been on Neil as well, which always makes me chuckle. So welcome to a cold but sunny for the moment Bristol Airport. We've got the possibility of some passing traffic on the trails, and if that happens, then I will of course try and bring them to you, subject to the angle that I can go at.
Morning.
My broadcasting colleague for the day has just turned up.
Are you operational?
Yes, absolutely. All live. It's brought quite the setup with him this morning. Pete Wright joining us on the mic in just a second. Let's Oh yeah, there we go. Whole set of gear here to connect up next week and give it a go. Oh, brilliant stuff. Right, Pete, I'm going to give you that mic. If are you ready to go on now, or would you need to do some bits? All right, I'll give you a mic when you're ready.
Okay.
And what I'll do is I'll just pack this up safely.
If I do it here, then I'm not...
Yeah, wherever suits really. Sorry for the slight disruption there, folks. I'm just going to bring you this takeoff. I haven't got details for you at the minute. We'll get to that in just a second. We're a little bit early on air. Clearly a Neo though. Let's have a look and see if we can see the registration for you. Uniform Zulu Hotel Foxtrot. A little bit, yeah. Oh, now. Is that going right up?
No.
Oh, right. Because I can imagine...
Yeah, if I did, I'd get a visit.
Yeah. Same and gentle departure for the Neo there. Feeling the wind as soon as they're off the ground there though. It's quite a noticeable crosswind coming from behind us. When I talk about EasyJet land, there is EasyJet land today for you folks, illustrated perfectly. Right, get that away. Good morning, FSA Dan. Good morning, Nicholas Taylor. Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, and James Rowland as well. James Rowland's on the EasyJet to LPA. Well, first of all, James, you're incredibly lucky because I only recently came back from there. And yeah, 1:30 is the time of the Dreamliner's scheduled departure, so I think we should still be here. Hopefully, if you're not too delayed, we'll see what we can do. Keep us up to date with your progress. Good morning to anybody else who's joined us this morning, and you're live from Bristol Airport. There will be a reasonably quiet bit before we sort of hit the lunchtime rush, but still departures galore, maybe not so many arrivals, and of course I'll have a nice chinwag with Pete here once he's set up his gear. That's a very handy table you've got there.
That's right, yeah.
From the Bristol Spotters group, by the way, Bristol Spotting group, there was the most amazing photo added this morning by one of our fellow spotters and people who actually work in the control tower, and they took a beautiful photo. So have a look on the Bristol Airport Spotting site. Oh my goodness. I can see someone having a word with you about that. I reckon.
Lower it a little bit.
Yeah.
It does go up to 10 metres.
Wow. Nothing on arrivals at the moment, folks, but as soon as there is, we will pass over to you. Pass over and show you. And sound's just going to go off for a second, folks, bear with me. Sorry about that, folks. Just reconfiguring our mics this morning. 212. I'm going to mic a second person up on Planecaster. I've never done it before, but we want to talk to Pete about his amazing stuff. To switch on, do a little bit of admin, and then we'll be properly with you, folks. Thanks very much for bearing with us while we're at the start of things here. R23 bets. Morning, Danny and Pete. Hope you're both well insulated up there. Looking forward to the stream. Yeah, Pete looks pretty well insulated. I know I am. FSA1 Dan says, where are you today? We're on Felton Common, which is has this lovely look of the airport and is particularly good for our 27 arrivals and departures, which is what we're here for today. There is a delay, as there always is on the stream, which we do as a result of the airport asking us to do so. So there will be a bit of a delay between you putting your questions on YouTube or conversation points and me responding. Please accept my apologies for that, but it's just part of what we do to make sure the airport are happy with us streaming the events from the airport. Now, I'm just going to deal with some admin here. Thank you very much for the likes and subscribes this morning, folks. It's absolutely great to have your company with us. Really, really pleased that you've decided to join us this morning. I know you've got a choice across the internet on a Saturday morning of the airport that you want to tune into, and there are some fantastic streamers out there who've been streaming all week and indeed continue to stream through the weekend. So what do you say, a warm hello to our peers in this field of live streaming. Maybe one or two of them will pop in later and say hello, who knows. Done. Let's do this one. Quick link over here.
Was doing 207 miles.
And that's amazing, isn't it? Just from here. Just from that. That is just amazing, isn't it? Open space, I reckon, helps as well.
100%.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's just put one more link out now. Yeah. Right. I'll mic you up in just a second, Pete. Just want to get to... Right. Let me give you this one. So that just clips on with the microphone facing your face, really. So I don't to put it in there.
Just shield it from the wind a bit then, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'll let you know if it's rustling or whatever, and then I will put this one on.
Is that alright there?
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, absolutely. Nothing coming in. I'm just going to set up this as well. Oh, that doesn't want to play nice. Okay. So what I will do is put that one there temporarily. Okay. Yeah, so good morning, Pete.
Morning.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's the how's the temperature? Enjoyable?
It's warmer today, isn't it? It's been quite cold this week.
It like we could have been here and it could have been absolutely like rock hard in the ground and crispy and like even more cold. So I think we've probably got away with
Absolutely.
it.
I was in -5 yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. Morning. You all right? So fellow spotters joining us now. We're on YouTube at the moment, just so you know.
Yeah, no, watching.
Oh, you're watching?
Oh, nice one.
Nice one. Word travels quick. Well, you come up to see anything special?
Dreamliner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a few.
It's too rare now, isn't it? It's too rare here. 1:30 departure, I think.
1:30.
Yeah.
It's gone delayed again then.
I thought is that not the right time then?
It was 11:30 to start.
Oh right, okay.
11:45 when I
Right, I had my times wrong. I'm glad you said that then. Right, okay. Let's have a quick peek. You're absolutely right, of course. I had that down as 1:30.
I think originally it was penciled in.
Right. So, yeah, okay. Oh, well, that's fair enough. So, a little bit earlier than planned, you'll get to see the Dreamliner today, folks. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate the heads up on that. I would have been like, why is that going early? So, do you see this amazing invention today, Pete? So essentially, you can buy these for...
I thought this was the wife's oven mitt.
No, this is the best thing ever because it's freezing when you've got your hand on there. So what I've done, I'll put a picture up on it on the channel later, folks. Is you put your hand in there, and then I've got I've got the zoom control and everything in there as well.
Uh-huh.
But it keeps you warm.
It's brilliant.
It's actually designed for de-icing. You put a de-icer in there, and then you can de-ice without getting cold. So there is a reason.
Yeah, it's pretty crafty.
So there's the subject of our discussion. I think it was estimated now. Did you say 11:50? For sorry, I always keep my eye on the screen.
Yeah, 100%.
I get caught short. That's out to Bridgetown, Barbados. Lucky people on that.
I was actually contacted by someone last night who's on it.
Oh right, fantastic! I know someone as well. Brilliant.
Find the message. So that's going to BGI, isn't it?
Yes.
So a lady, I'm not going to say her surname, but Lou, fair play, she reached out to me last night, and yeah,
She's on the flight today.
she's crew.
Oh, oh, she's crew.
She is
Fantastic.
In fact, she told me I need to come and join them.
Yeah, God, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
So that's either a free holiday or
Yeah.
a career change. But yeah, so that's pretty cool.
So Lou.
Lou, I can say her surname, or
No.
I can leave it.
Let's just leave it at Lou. Just she can get in touch if she wants us to say her
She does
surname.
follow you and
Oh, that's
the
brilliant.
page, and
Well, Lou, it's great to hear from you, and we hope you have a great flight over there. How long's your layover? That's what we want to know. How many days have you got there until you have to come back? That's always a bonus, isn't it?
absolutely.
So, yeah, we'll be expecting that a little bit later. That's the subject of our one of our main events this morning, I suppose. We don't see the Dreamliner here very often. This is a bit wobbly with this oven mitt. I might have to take it off actually. Yeah, so Pete, like you've got one of the things that you've helped me with immeasurably is the world of receiving ad speed data, which is freely available.
Yeah, absolutely.
Data that comes from aircraft. It's transmitted from the air primarily, although when it's landed it still transmits a little bit of data, doesn't it?
It transmits whilst on the ground as well.
And essentially it comes over a radio frequency that makes it very easy for even amateurs to pick up, and there's no problem. Oh, I've just seen a little
Yeah, it's just really
baby
simple
departure
hardware.
keep talking. I'll just catch that little departure I can see out there.
So like you're saying, you get a combination. It's constantly being broadcasted. It does come to a point they will turn it off once they're on the ground. But we are lucky at Bristol. We do see quite a few ground movements as well as the other major airports.
Yeah.
And as we're just seeing now, the smaller, lighter aircraft, they're also now starting to adapt it, along with other protocols, which is another world of pain to sort of understand and learn.
But the first one, ADS-B, would you say pretty much anybody can get into that, can't they, with the simplest of gear?
ADS-B, all you need is you could use a Windows-based PC, or you could actually go down the route of a small little computer like a Raspberry Pi, and then just a Freeview dongle, a DVDP dongle. Ideally, if you step it up a little bit more and go for a Nolec SDR, about £33 from Amazon.
So SDR, software-defined radio?
That's right, software-defined radio.
Which makes it a lot easier to pick up a lot of different things on one receiver, isn't
so
it?
that, compared to the Freeview dongle, it's designed specifically for the software side. It's more sensitive, better filtering, and obviously the connection is straightforward SMA. You can make an antenna yourself.
Yep.
Just some coax cable, really simple. There's multiple different styles, and the software is readily available. There's different options you can go. You can download a pre-built image from Flight Aware or Flight Radar 24.
Oh, and then you actually feed them, don't you?
You do. So you're then a host, a station, receiving this data, and that relays to other stations called MLAP. So that builds a bigger map of the coverage.
Oh, and the more combines for accuracy, right?
Yes,
the more,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So an example is sometimes you'll see military aircraft disappear. That's because there's no stations picking it up.
Yeah, of course.
And again, that's a different system entirely as well, but it still is ADS-B to a point. And then one of the benefits is you get business account on Flight Radar 24, so no adverts.
No, absolutely. Well, our friends at Radar Box would like us to definitely mention that you can feed them, as I do.
So
and,
I feed them as well.
Yeah, and they will in return give you what they call a business account as well, which gives you completely full access to the app. It's brilliant, isn't it?
And they're really great. Their support is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And in addition, they do AIS, which is the boat tracking. So I've worked quite well with them, so I'm based on the coast.
Ah, yes, of course.
And again, the support I've had from them is faultless. Similar hardware again, just different tuning on the aerial, but it's all semi-relatable.
Just mentioning Radar Box is reminding me that I haven't actually, I need to switch on the software so we can see the live alerts and things like that today, so I will just do that. And then we can update the weather as well. Now Radar Box supply us with API data, which allows me to do the pop-ups on the screen. And the idea of kind of getting more into this ADS-B is that what we can do is we can have this practically live data updated 1 second, 2 seconds. It's so quick, isn't it?
Yeah, every second.
Yeah, so we'll be able to bring you on screen some graphics which relate to the plane you're watching, and you'll be able to see a load of data from that plane, which is just going to be really cool.
Absolutely. And that's just the ADS-B stuff. If we can then merge ARCAS data. A few weeks ago we had the aircraft dumping fuel circling.
Yeah.
Obviously I was receiving the ARCAS messages from that, which was interesting to know what was going on.
Yeah, you sent me a message, didn't you? And showed me like a dump of the screen, and
Absolutely.
It was essentially saying we're dumping fuel. Could you? Was it give us vectors to Gatwick or something?
Yeah, something similar to that.
Yeah.
Or say you've got an aircraft which has recently taken off and decides to return. Reason being why.
Yeah.
Obviously the airband transmission size is a legality, but the ARCAS message can give insight.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could merge a wealth of information to make a picture.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's certainly an interesting situation. Let me just go back to the chat, because I always get caught up nattering and then forget to look at what our friends are saying on the chat. Nicholas Taylor says N302JG TBM7 I suspect might be to do with the flight we just saw take off. Alex Jane says, hope you're well today, glad you're doing the streams. I wanted to come to the airport today but I'm too sick, so all the best to you, Alex. I'm sorry to hear that you're poorly. We'll try and make sure you don't miss a thing here from the airport today. Kevin Turner, good morning, and that's it for now on here. 18 of you joining us, and you're very welcome. Thanks very much for before coming along. The skies aren't quite clear enough for a trail. There's one over there, it's a bit far away now.
I just saw a comment from R23 Bets, which is a good friend of mine.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was planning to come up, but his car's died.
Oh my goodness, that's
So,
the cold weather for you. It's killing
yeah.
everything, isn't it?
So I think he's making the most of us on the big TV.
Oh, fantastic. Well, it's great to be in your living room this morning. So we have somebody we know or two people now we know, because the somebody I communicate with at the airport is on the Dreamliner as well.
Oh, okay.
As a customer, and we also have somebody who's going to be on the EasyJet 1:30 p.m. to LPA Gran Canaria, which of course I'm incredibly jealous about.
You were there not long ago.
I know, and how I wish I was back there, especially since I found that rooftop terrace,
Oh, wow.
which is completely has the apart from glass, an unobstructed view of the runway, and just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I'm annoyed with myself for not discovering it on the previous time I was there. So
It's a good excuse to go back.
yeah, no, absolutely. Right, let's just see if the data's had time to update, and then what I can do. Gadgets galore here, folks.
It works.
Let's have a look. Right, in terms of our arrivals into the airport this morning, our next one looks like it's 11:14. This screen that's coming up right now will only show information about flights that have taken off already, just to make you aware. And we're doing loads and loads of really, really cool stuff in the background. We're going through lots of software-related pain between us, aren't we? Actually, when you've taken that, Pierre, the other thing I want to talk to you about is the fact that you mentioned a Raspberry Pi earlier. Obviously, that's a microcomputer. If anybody hasn't seen one before, well, I'm very surprised if many people haven't heard of it. It's a very small computer, very cheap. Pick them up for about £30, something like that. Maybe a bit more these days. Isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit more now. So there's the smallest one they do is the Zero, which is the real smallest one.
Well, let's come back to that. Tell me about the bigger ones first.
So the original, obviously, concept of the Pi was a small form factor computer the size of a credit card.
Yep.
What's really cool, it's a British invention. It was designed in the UK.
Yes.
Made over at Sony in Wales.
Right, is that right?
Yeah, over in Pencode.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, and it's all open source. The software is open, and everyone can chime in, and it's just generated a whole new industry and community.
Which, to be fair, was its aim, wasn't it? It was its intention was to do that.
100%.
Yeah, but that came out, and then they thought, right, well, we need something that's even more lower power. Now you can run a Raspberry Pi off a battery pack, can't you?
Yeah,
that's
what I'm
just
doing
your
now.
standard thing, yeah. Which we'll pan around and show you in a minute. But one of the amazing things is they came out with an even smaller one, and it was so small and so cheap. The first one, they actually put it on a magazine cover, didn't they?
That's right. Magpie is one of their subscription magazines. And yeah, the very first Zero they released came with a free Pi, a free computer.
Just incredible, and all you needed really was a micro USB just to power it. So you could take that from a battery pack or your regular phone charger at the time, and then you needed. If you wanted to plug it into a monitor, then you just probably needed an HDMI adapter because it just has that micro HDMI.
Yeah, that's
doesn't
right.
it? All these things are so inexpensive as well. You know, you can just put these together, and you've got processing power. Honestly, and I kid you not about how small it is. What are you using? A real one today?
So I've got a 4 and a 3.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 generations there, and you've got the 2W.
Yeah. I won't pull it out there now because it's all connected. And
I know it's in the bag.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that then. Let's just.
If it's accessible.
Right. Tell me if that EasyJet moves as well. And,
I shall.
I always have to forget now. I'm not on the wired mic. I'm tethered. Let's put that there just a second.
You're attached.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Doing that nervous look behind me again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, so it's in here, is it?
No, it's in the anti-static silver little bag.
Ah, this one.
No, on the other side. There you go. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's that small.
This is just amazing, folks. This is just amazing. Let me just hook back on again. We'll get back onto the YouTube chat in a second, folks. Right. You're going to hear this, by the way, me walking off and forgetting I'm attached. So, you know when I say these things are small, these computers are like absolutely tiny, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you should be alright to take it out of the bag if you want.
Well, I mean, there's not really too much to see, is there? If I show it there, you can see the ports. Basically, you've got. Is that two? That's got two HDMI's, is it?
I can't remember.
Are they mini USBs?
No, so one's your power, so one's a micro USB for power. The other is the micro USB port to connect any peripherals into.
Ah, there you go.
It's an OTG port, so you can back power through.
Yes. Oh, that's handy. Right. Okay. Yes. Which you would need to do, wouldn't you?
You've got the micro HDMI port.
Right. Let me disconnect myself. Oh, right, hang on a second. I just realised that aircraft's going. That can go in the pocket in a minute. I've just put a computer in my pocket, folks, and when you see the new ADSB graphics that I've prepared for you, you're going to be seeing that they're being fed to me in real time from right here and put onto the screen, and that's the computer that's going to be doing the actual, like, the processing work.
Yeah,
so
I've been playing with it in the background, and
yeah, it's just incredible.
We've done that test initially last weekend, and there's another bit of test going on at the minute.
I'll pan round and show you the thing. Let me just, sorry, let me just see what this departure is here. So it looks like we've got a little flurry of departures now. The first one we're looking at here is off to Edinburgh. This is Echo Zulu Tango Charlie. Let's see if I can put this down somewhere.
Yeah, off to Edinburgh.
Oh, brilliant. You can definitely be the data man today, Pete. That's fantastic.
So we can get a bit techie. We've got an Airbus A320-214.
Yeah.
She is 14 years old. She came into operation in March 2009.
So now, interesting, she, like the one I flew back from LPA, is one that hasn't had the new fuel-saving winglets put on.
Yes.
Which I'll sort of zoom in over here. You'll see these are the traditional Airbus winglets at the end. And this series of plane, I suspect inside has also got the old fabric seats as the one that I came home on.
Probably due a refit.
Yeah, I think either a refit or perhaps they're on their way out to be replaced with 321s. That's my gut feeling.
The Neo for the efficiency.
Yeah, or the new Neos that are just coming into the fleet sort of seemingly every week with EasyJet at the moment. Yeah. So it's if anybody from EasyJet follows us, it'd be great to know the story on those ones. But there's definitely a series. I mean, the 319s, they're old and they've got the old seats. They're not being upgraded. We know that. But it's interesting to see that these 320s as well, which have proved to be such an effective aircraft for EasyJet, are not being upgraded, and I think that's deliberate. But then I've been wrong before, Pete. On many occasions.
Even though the surname says so, I still get it wrong.
Absolutely.
I can't claim on that one.
So this Edinburgh flight I've taken a few times. My two grown-up kids live in Scotland. One's in Glasgow now, the other in, the other was in Edinburgh, so I'd end up going both airports over the course of going to see them. The other one's in Dundee now. This will be about 55 minutes once they take off, unless the wind is abnormal.
Yeah, according to this, it's 317 miles.
Doesn't seem far at all, does it?
No.
Try doing it on the train and it's 7 hours. Well, it is from Cardiff anyway. So the other voice you're hearing this morning is Pete Wright, a fellow Bristol Spotter, who is also happens to be an absolute whiz when it comes to ADSB data, which is how Pete and I have been chatting ongoing, and he's been helping me with some bits, which you'll definitely see come to fruition on the channel very, very soon. And I thought, you know, if I'm going to have to stand here in the cold this morning, Pete can as well.
I even bought some kit.
Yeah, he's even bought the kit for it as well. We better invite him back, actually. He's made an investment. Oh, by the way, there's hand warmers. Well, those red things, by the way. Pete, help
I've got
yourself.
some gloves in my box.
Okay, they're not to be.
Thank you.
They're just amazing. They really are. That and my magnificent bit of tech that I've built here.
The new box.
Well, yeah, no, actually, not even the toolbox. I'm talking about this glove. I'm more excited about that. I can't persuade you to take a photo of that, can I?
Oh,
Actually, once
yeah,
we've-
absolutely.
And then bung it on that Bristol Airport thread. It'll
I shall do that now for you.
they'll laugh at that. Have a good laugh. Right, Edinburgh's off. Next one is just here. This one's off to Geneva. Another CEO 214, 320 214, and it's Echo Zulu Whiskey Delta is the registration. Now, this is another one. Pete, I can't believe I've seen two of them.
That's that.
Yeah, two of them with the old winglets.
Let's see what this one comes up with. So this one's a little bit younger. She's 11 years old. She came into operation in 2012. Same aircraft type, A320-214.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you said, she's off to Geneva. So in this case, that's 536 miles away.
Like that, Pete. I'm just going to swing this round really quickly. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt you. I just
You want to have a
spotted
nose and see what that one is?
Yeah, I can't get right up there though because of the way the handle is on this tripod, but maybe just before it goes into the cloud we'll be able to catch it. Let's have a look. 1 second, folks.
I'm not entirely sure what it is.
Well, unfortunately nor our diligent viewers, because I completely failed to get to the height required there. What I'll do is I'll reconfigure the tripod.
KLM 171 from Amsterdam till Wilmerstead.
Thanks for that, Pete.
Which is at 30,000 feet.
Right, okay.
So,
Right, I mentioned a little flurry of departures, folks. This is what I'm talking about, as you can see. That's the number 2. Let's do number 1 first.
so the aircraft lining up behind is KLM, and that's off to Amsterdam.
Did see that one arrive this morning, actually, when I was setting up.
Quite like livery on that one.
It's the Embraer, is it?
I think it might. Sky Team, sorry.
Is it the? Is it an Embraer aircraft though, or is it a?
It is. It's an Echo 190,
Oh yeah, there you go.
and that's only 11 years old. See if I can get snapped.
Okay. We'll fade out of that one at the moment, or jump away from it, just to give you some shots of this, which is definitely a nice sight for the spotters assembled here this morning. So you've got a Raspberry Pi and a battery pack there, Pete. How long
I
do you
have.
expect that to last?
I'm running 2, so I'm running the 3B Plus and the 4. The 4 uses a bit more power.
Yes.
Let's have a
You're
quick
running
look.
both off one power pack, or?
I am, yeah.
Oh wow.
So at the moment they're dropped down to 92%.
Oh wow. That's not
And
bad.
that was 100% when I came here.
And of course they're not going to be at their best today, as with my own batteries,
Because of the cold.
Yeah, because of the cold. But we hope we'll get through the broadcast. I normally finish with about 45 to 50% in the battery, so I'm kind of hoping it'll be okay. Sky Team E170, E190 story will be off in just a second.
It's quite a pretty pattern, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen that one before. 787 in the distance. You'll see that take off this morning off to Barbados, where we are imagining the weather's going to be a tad warmer. 3 people we happen to know on that now. 1 crew, sorry, 2 people, 1 crew, 1 passenger, so that's fantastic. Definitely see it catching the wind up there. One of the other things that you get from the ADSB, I say these letters in the wrong order, data, which comes across on some of the apps as well, is actually the wind conditions that the aircraft is encountering, and from what direction. And what we're going to do is put that on the screen as well, because it's just really interesting stuff.
Correct. There's also the possibility for, depending what parameters into the file you read, you can also get the temperature as well.
Yes, yeah, which is always really interesting, isn't it?
It's a bit scary.
When you're sat there by the window and it's like -50 outside, it's
Yeah.
a bit terrifying. Got Ryanair pushing back up here now. So we'll leave the camera on that just a second.
So, like you were saying, the wind speed on that last flight that just took off is being reported at 55 miles an hour.
Yeah, you can see it as soon as it goes. You
So
could
there
see
is
it
some
hitting.
out there.
Right, Lord Darlow's joined us. Good morning, good morning. What's with that livery on the sunshine on the tail, says Alex Jane. Darlow says, even though it's been above freezing all night, the Darlaston game I was going to has been postponed due to a frozen pitch. It was 1 degree at 1 AM this morning. Uh-oh. Darlow's having a little chat there with Alex about the livery. 39 of you joining us this morning, so welcome.
Oh, wow.
We know you've got a choice. I always say this. Folks got a choice of some fantastic streamers. Like streamers I've been watching this week. Simon Lowe, definitely watching him. Brave the Cold a couple of times. SDTV have been doing their usual kind of London Airport. They had 2 in a row from Stansted earlier in the week. All these will be on their channels if you're interested. Then he was at London City, and then then at Gatwick, then at London City. So
Busy week.
yeah, he's had a busy week, providing the entertainment for us. And of course the Think Plane team, I'm not sure they've been up and running at the minute. I think there might be one or both of them's poorly, so I think I seem to remember that anyway. So good morning and sending all our best to you there. And the Madeira has been had a storm around the island of Madeira, so the Madeira streamers haven't really been able to catch much. In fact, let's just go back there. We'll go back and we'll watch this handoff. This always amuses me. The Madeira has been hit by a storm and not much has been getting in and out there, so not such a good week for there.
I've had comms from Madeira once.
Oh wow! What, from your house?
Yeah. Well, right, I was able to hear the tower.
That is wow.
Yeah, nothing fancy at all. Nothing fancy at all.
No, that is just insane, isn't it, when you think about it? What is that? I mean, I think LPA is kind of not far away from there, and that's 1,700 miles, I believe. So it must be like 1,200 miles.
Yeah.
You've picked that up from. That's just staggering, isn't it? Brilliant ground crew at Bristol doing getting away yet another flight. This time with Ryanair.
Yep, off to Krakow.
737-800. I think it is. Yeah. That's all the.
She's 14 years old.
Right, 737-800. Ryanair literally got hundreds of them. Lord Darlow, quite right, STTV is at LHR today, and actually if you want your hearing, I think our friends at Aviation Hunters will be there straight after. That's the normal arrangement. So we'll look forward to seeing what they bring later on. Got one coming in now. Let me just... I don't know if you can find out where that is, Pete.
Let's have a look for you. Fingers are frozen.
You might be seeing a pop-up on the screen, by the way. We don't get to see them here, folks.
So this is TUI, and it's on return from Geneva, and it's a Boeing 7.
Fantastic. Catching a little bit of wind on the way in. no messing around. So that is the 737 MAX 8. MAX 9s you've been hearing about in the news recently.
There's a EasyJet on approach as well.
Okay, that's great news. Is it visible yet?
Not yet.
Okie dokie. Where's that one coming from, Pete?
So
Okay, so things waking up a little bit here at the airport. There will be a little lull though, but 12 o'clock hour we'll be getting absolutely loads in. I seem to remember looking at the schedules, if everything stays on the schedule it's meant to be. Don't forget that Dreamliner departure as well, coming up for you. If you are new to the channel this morning, please do press that subscribe button. You can press the like button as well if you're loving it. That'd be great very much. But when you press that subscribe button, it makes such a difference to us because it means our feed appears to more people on YouTube. It won't cost you anything, but it does wonders for us spreading the word of the channel. So thank you ever so much in advance for that.
she's just started to become visible in the far distance.
Wonderful. So let's roll back then and catch this inbound from Turin. Did you say?
Yeah.
What have we got?
So this is a A320-251N for November,
Oh, the Neo. Brilliant.
and she's only 5 years old.
Okay.
Currently just dropped below 1,800 feet. Plodding along at a steady 169 miles an hour.
Is it reporting weather, that one?
It is, so that's reporting a 55 mile an hour wind speed, and it's -8.
Oh.
So I'm quite happy on the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've lost that. Oh, no,
just
I
above
haven't.
that
Sorry.
tree.
Yeah, there we go.
Just see the lights now.
Yeah, there you go. There. It's probably the case viewers see it before I do. And you can see actually on the zoom here how much it's crabbing into the wind.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Might have to turn this. I'm going to turn this stabilisation on, folks, which adds a whole new set of quirks and challenges. I may well turn it off though. It's not as steady as I was like, but we are being hit by a bit of wind here on this open space here.
Ryanair's waiting to taxi as well.
Oh yeah, I'm glad I didn't turn around, then he took off. Then they took off. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? So many times I get it wrong. Oof, a little bit of wind there,
Oh.
just on the approach. So the interesting thing is, Pete, if you're watching Planecast, you're guaranteed not to see a go-around. I've actually seen two of them, as the minute I stopped recording or the minute just before I went live. So it's kind of like a bit of a standard joke now. So if you're on a plane being filmed by Planecast, the chances are you're not going to have to go round, don't worry. Did you tell me where this one was going to? I've completely forgotten if you did.
Yeah, I think we said it was off to Poland.
You do. Similar weather, maybe.
Could well be. Shall we see what the app says?
Good morning to you, by the way, if you've joined us on Facebook or any of the other social platforms other than YouTube this morning. I can't see your messages, I'm afraid, if you are in fact leaving any, so we're not ignoring you. If you want to have a chat, come on.
We're actually -4.
-4. Yikes. So the 737-800 just about to thunder off. The way there, you can see that very, very prolific. I imagine perhaps passengers have been briefed for a particularly exciting takeoff. It will soon be up in the smoother air though. So that's Ryanair to Krakow.
So that's just reported a 57 mile an hour wind.
57, you could absolutely see it, couldn't you?
They are. Credit to whoever's flying that.
Let's put that down there a bit. Right, okay. So Pete, you were we've been talking about various things. Now, when you buy one of those to make an ADS-B receipt, so you've got your Raspberry Pi.
Yep.
You just can buy the cheapest DVB, like USB thing to go in it.
Yeah.
And that will pick up those signals, even though it's designed to do Freeview.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And it comes with a little aerial, and if you stick it in your loft, you might pick up some stuff, or you stick it outside.
Yeah, so open air the better,
Sorry.
higher up the better. And just a cheap, easy bit of performance is steal your mum or partner's bacon tray. It acts as a ground plane, believe it or not. It works really well.
Yeah.
And that's it. You can get further into it, you can trim it down and tune it if you must, but out of the box, it works. You can download a pre-built image and you just flash the SD card.
Yeah.
And away you go.
And all of that software comes with the thing as well, doesn't it? That's what's amazing.
So Radar Box, they offer a pre-built image, Flight Radar 24 and Flight Aware. So
they're all kind of very keen to have your data and to help.
they are.
Yeah.
If you want to get really technical, you can merge and run multiples. But overall, you can just download one of the images and straight away.
It's fantastic. I'm just going to clip myself there for a second while I put this mini computer away, and it's absolutely amazing. Again, I'm just going to show you folks because it
I
absolutely.
think you've got to take it out of the packet so they can sit there.
Oh yeah, go on then. So quick go. We've got a minute, haven't we? Nothing coming.
No, I just had a scan on radar. Nothing coming in.
Right. You can see when I show you this in my fingers here, you can see why they gave them away on a magazine in terms of the size of them. This is not the original Pi W, is it? This is the Pi W2.
So this is the second generation.
And you've got a memory card in the end there, which is what we were talking about. You flash your image onto that from
Yeah,
your computer. All the
absolutely.
software is free and
So yeah, it's
available.
literally a pre-built image and ISO.
And then just on there you've got an HDMI port, which is the bigger one, and the other two are micro USB.
One's for power and one's for the peripherals.
That's it. And then this other end here, you can add on all manner of gadgets and things. But for the use I've got, looking at that now, it doesn't want to rain.
I'm hoping it just blows through. I saw it coming across
I've not authorised rain today.
without a word.
Anyway, so that's just it. Absolutely right. I'm just going to get my rain gear ready, just in case. Maybe, folks, we'll go into rain mode.
I'll have a quick look, see what the forecast is as well.
Okay. Cool.
It's forecasted from the south.
Well, this afternoon still. That was always the, I think. Right, well the rain cover is now in my pocket. We're ready. Plus this all, that just goes over the top of that, folded up, job done. This simple solution, it's a waterproof garden bag, garden waste bag.
If it works, it works.
Exactly. Right, let's have a... Just been neglecting you again. Donna's having a good old chat. Jet 2 new livery.
Quite Lord Darlow's comment about the use of the bake tray. Should it be wished to be used for cooking? Well, that's what the pub was invented for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, okay. Oh well, let's we'll probably stay away from that subject, Lord Darlow. But sorry about the medical emergency. Right. Right. The Black Country Derby is on Sunday, 28th of January. Do you follow football, Pete?
No.
Alright, not at all. No.
No. Rugby. Well, I don't follow it. If I had a choice, football or rugby, I'll go rugby.
Yeah. Six Nations starts very shortly.
I did watch West Ham get beaten by Bristol City the other day. I think that had to be done.
You enjoyed that?
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It's something different, isn't it? It's your hometown. Well, now my hometown.
Alex J says I need to try the commenter spot from next time. Looks like a much better spot than from Fence Lane. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And actually, if you're here to take pictures or just to watch in genuine, you'd be better off where we were last week, which is a bit further down the field. I'll just kind of point to it. A bit further down here, you'll find an actual gate, which you shouldn't pass, but you will be able to. You'll be seeing the end of the runway lights. It is that close, so it's a fantastic place. For us, it's a little bit better, so we can catch them coming side in rather than over the head, because we don't lose sight of them as they're coming in. So that's why we position here. But it's it is public land. As long as you just act responsibly, then you'll always be very welcome up here. Right now, famous last words of Curse the Commentator. Alex Jane, I haven't seen that many go-arounds at Bristol. I listen to the radio and watch every day. Yeah. Well, I've actually, the only one go-around I've ever been involved with is at Bristol. So I've actually kind of seen or been involved with three, I suppose you could say. But both of them were when I turned the camera off, and the other one was coming back from Venice one day.
A lot of the time, if we get a decent thunderstorm, it relates to that.
Does it? Is it like they're trying to kind of avoid?
Yeah, and if you kind of think about it, it's a big metal pressurised tube loaded with fuel.
Yeah,
So,
don't want to fly that through lightning, ideally.
Obviously, it's designed to take the strike, but
It's kind of like
avoid it.
designed, but you don't want to kind of encourage it, do you?
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas if there's a storm, I'll quite happily go out in the car and park in the middle of nowhere.
So that, where are we looking at? What are we looking at for the time now? It's now 20 past 11. The Dreamliner was due out at 1:30. I can see lights flashing over
crew
there.
around it.
Yeah, let's see what's going on.
I've been told they're going to look out for us.
Oh, that's fantastic. We'll keep the camera on the Dreamliner because there's nothing coming in for the minute. But if there is, you won't miss it. Don't worry. Don't worry. This is Tango Uniform Indigo. Mrs. Patmore, this one. Have you been on the Dreamliner? Have you had the pleasure?
I haven't, no.
Oh, they're lovely. Absolutely lovely.
I just actually had to renew my passport.
Oh,
No.
time to start getting value from it then.
Yeah. Well, last minute, I was told the other day you're off to Zurich.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So, yeah, better sort it out.
So, what was the? Have you flown out of Bristol Airport then?
Yeah. So I got married in Tenerife.
Oh, beautiful.
So yeah, we flew from here, and we went beforehand as well. And Yeah, I used to live on the Isle of Man.
Yeah. Oh, EasyJet to Bristol was a good connection, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, and obviously when they used to do the turboprops with, I can't remember who the actual airline was directly,
Yeah.
but yeah, Bristol was used all the time.
That wouldn't be Manx, was it?
Yes, yeah.
I do remember that, but I don't think they exist now, do they?
No, it's all gone. So
EasyJet taking that route.
lived in Castletown, so right by the airport.
Yeah.
Great,
Oh wow.
absolutely amazing. But yeah, use Bristol no end.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It works.
Yeah, it's a great airport to travel through. It obviously has its challenges if you go out on an early morning flight in the height of summer. Your advice is obviously to get here early and make sure you've got everything and you're ready. And yes, there's going to be a queue because you're going to keep queues because there's just lots of people going out. But
It's impressive how Bristol operates to other airports.
yeah, it really is. No, it really is, and it's like it's if you see this area that Bristol Airport is compressed into, the space it's in is absolutely tiny.
It operates from a small compared to others.
Yeah. I suppose I might compare it to Luton in some respects. Luton is quite a small space, and it's kind of segregated by a road, if I seem to remember. So it's all kind of a bit really the way Luton is laid out. But that's also a small area.
That's all changed. When I used to be there quite a lot as a kid, I used to go out there for a day with Dad, do a bit of spotting, and
Up on the top of the hill, wasn't it?
no, they actually had a section within the airport.
Oh, in the airport in Luton.
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew
Back
that.
in the day when you could unfortunately smoke inside. So as a kid, you used to walk through this cloud of smoke, and there was a terrace, and it was brilliant. You should just sit there for hours.
First few flights I went on with my mum, take me on package holidays to Alicante. Was my first trip with Britannia out of Luton. 737-200, and I distinctly remember we had to sit in the smoking section because she smoked.
You couldn't imagine that today, could you?
You can't. I was having a conversation with somebody else about this, and was it really not smoky and non-smoking? I was like, please.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness that's gone down the drain. Sorry if you smoke, but that's not. That wasn't a nice experience.
No. So.
Had that game on with the Wolves game on the radio. Darla was talking about that Bristol win. Mrs. Patmore, aka Mrs. Patchmore. The paintwork is so patchy. So the Dreamliner, Philippa, hello to you. The Dreamliner is off to Bridgetown, Barbados, and I'm pretty sure it is feeding a cruise. It's a charter to feed a cruise that starts in Barbados. Because it's not just good enough to get to Barbados, we're going to get on a lovely cruise as well.
Yeah. Yeah, my parents, oddly enough, left yesterday from Heathrow to Barbados.
Oh wow, fantastic. Oh, that's good news.
Yeah, for a cruise.
Yeah, I haven't, I've never done a cruise, particularly appeals, but the Barbados appeals.
I've done enough time on boats. I'm done.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Well, anyway, we're going to keep an eye on this because this will be a lovely sight as it leaves, and also we'll get those glorious views of it being pushed back and coming past us. It's going to look so big compared to the little Airbuses and 737s.
And a lot louder.
Yeah. Let's well, we've got a second as well. Actually, let's just turn the camera around and I'll show you Pete's amazing selection table here. He's got loads going on here. Loads of gear, and he's just basically testing out an ADS-B setup, picking up various bits of data from the aerial that we've got just to the left, and that aerial could be a lot higher, but we're obviously safety first in the field, so that's just we've just got it at that height there. Yeah. So are you testing for any particular project, Pete?
Yeah. Do you want to pan round quickly?
Yeah. Sorry.
Do a point in.
Yeah.
So if we go to this one just here, that's quite exposed. So that's a Pi 4, and it's running the 2 dongles.
Yep.
And what that one's doing, that's decoding RCAS messages.
Right. Okay.
So there's 2 formats, there's RCAS and VDL.
Right.
But overall, they're all the same. If you tune into the frequency that is with your radio, so just with that, you'll hear periodically a small bleep.
Yes.
Basically, that's an encoded message. And then there's some software on there which is decoding that. And from there, you can work out a location. You'll get operation data to the aircraft if there's any issues, and then the crew can also send a message back and forth to say there's a passenger who's ill, a fault, if they need assistance on the ground. or layover stays. So sometimes I'll pick a message up that's broadcasted from an airport saying your hotel arrangements or even weather. And then the unit here with the blue dongle, that is the ADSB, so that's nice and robust.
And that's
so,
a Raspberry Pi, and you're seeing basically a Raspberry Pi taped together with a USB stick there, essentially, and plugged into your Airus.
That's right. We've got a pushback taking place, Danny.
Fantastic, thank you, Pete. So, if you want to get into this, then you'll find Pete on the Bristol Spotters site, and he's very friendly. He's always happy to have a chat with anybody.
Yeah, it's fun.
Interesting low pass, isn't it? For
Yeah.
1 second, let me just. I know we keep interrupting ourselves here, but I just spotted this flying over the airfield. That feels quite close at that height. I'm sure it's normal.
So that's a Piper, Papa Alpha 28161.
Let's get the main event though.
Yeah, so the main event has actually gone live, so she's transmitting on ADSB.
Brilliant.
So she's 8 years old. 2015 she came into service.
Might hear those engines spool up. Well, look, they're not particularly noisy because they're the new generation of engine. Yeah, my Dreamliner. I've actually had 6 Dreamliner flights, 3 returns.
Oh, wow.
One was unexpected. No, 8. One was completely unexpected. Straight after COVID, they used a Dreamliner instead of a 737. So that was spectacular fun. I've been to Morocco and back, and I've been to Mexico and back twice on. Oh, there you go, a little bit of smoke from the engines there as she starts up. Nothing unusual. And that's yeah, it's a lovely plane. It is just you really do feel the difference when you land as well, because it's pressurised to a different level. It's obviously quiet.
It's supposed to be more comfortable, isn't it?
It's definitely comfortable. Obviously, commercial realities have kind of come in since TUI. Do you know, I've actually been on it even one more time thinking about it as well. I've been on it to Mauritius as well, 12 hours. So I've really sort of had the benefit of testing out how it is long term.
Not bad going.
One thing I did find though, that the as time has gone on since they introduced it, the seat pitch has definitely sort of come in a little bit, even on the longer haul. So it pays to go for an extra legroom seat. They have TUI, I believe, have a section on the aircraft, not just where the emergency exits are, but 4 or 5, maybe a bit more, but just got that little bit more space. So
yeah,
always worth booking them if you've got the opportunity to.
I think the plan is a few more trips away this year.
Yeah, fantastic. Hopefully we can catch you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll get you guys away.
That'd be good. You could take a picture, if we get you on the right side, you could take a picture out the window of us while we take a picture of you.
No, yeah, that'd be even cheaper.
I've always wanted to see a shot of somebody landing at Bristol who's managed to catch us.
I think we need to set that as a challenge.
Yeah, no, I think it's a
Planecaster
great
challenge.
idea. Yeah, maybe I'll put it all on social media a bit later, and we'll say, right, this is the thing, if you're coming into Bristol and you know we're on, we'll get you, but you have to get us.
Yeah.
You have to be on the left side of the
Catch
plane.
me if you can.
In most cases, yeah. Let's have a quick look. Just on the chat. Alex Jane loves your setup, Pete.
Thank you very much.
Philippa says lovely to Barbados, absolutely. Martin says Dreamliner just come live on Flight Radar. Thank you very much. And General Electric Gen X engines, says Lord Darlow. Very, very efficient is the Dreamliner, which is why TUI has been successively replacing the old 767s. It's obviously a little bit of a shame from a kind of historic point of view.
Obviously, I see some airlines are starting to test this renewable fuel.
Yeah.
So I wonder how long. Obviously, Virgin recently did one, didn't they?
They did, yeah. Made a big hoo-ha of it. They're very good at publicity, though, Virgin. I don't know how much reality was in it.
Was there just as much hot air from the PR to the product?
Honestly, these are something else. Please help yourself.
No,
I've got loads of them. I just stick them in my pocket, and they're burning away. Let's just put that in there.
It might be moving.
Yep, I think you are right. Yep. The sound of Pete's camera makes it sound like a proper paparazzi central here. That sounds like a really
I'm not
decent
that good.
camera, that.
I've got no idea what I'm doing.
Makes all the right noises, though.
I don't necessarily blag it. Oh, we've got so much passing overhead as well.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, folks. Don't know
See if we can get a sneak.
Sorry, folks. There it is. That was pretty hopeless, actually. Let's get
So
on.
that's, oddly enough, that's Virgin Atlantic.
Right, okay.
An Airbus A350 from Miami on the way to LHR.
That's a plane I'd dearly love to fly on, and the A380. Those are the two on my list at the moment. So you're looking at the Dreamliner 787. It's off to Bridgetown, and I'm pretty sure it's feeding a cruise. We know somebody on here, one of the ladies that I talked to make sure the airport are aware of what we do. She's on this flight, so we wish you a lovely flight and holiday. And also, Pete, I think you said...
Yeah, I know a lady who's on there as crew as well. She contacted me last night.
And that was Lou?
Lou, yeah.
Lou? Okay, well, Lou...
So we both happen to be in the same village.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, really small world.
Yeah.
So... quite jealous.
It's a rare site here at Bristol, but when we do have that site, we really look up. I'm sure in the 12 o'clock hour, a good succession of arrivals, so plenty to stay around for here after the Dreamliner departs.
And that sun's coming out as well.
Yeah, you can probably see it looks a little bit washed out actually on the Dreamliner there, but that's what that's the reason. The sun has come out now against a kind of a darker sky. Just see if we can see in the cockpit. Probably not exposed.
It's quite an impressive zoom in though.
Yeah, it's not bad actually. It'd be. I wonder if the Mrs. Patmore with the plane is watching the stream today. We should be very proud.
I wonder if everyone was given the option sit up front, obviously, or sit back and be a passenger. What would you choose, Danny?
If I had the chance, I'd love to be in the cockpit, purely so I could see out the front. I think I do have the occasional wobble when it comes to flying, and it's primarily because I can't see out the front. I don't think we can see
Yeah, I
in
think
there,
it's a
can
bit
we?
like when you're on a plane, you can't see where you're going.
Yeah, be able to see the awareness of everything that's going on around. Like I look out the window, and I remember like a year ago I was flying back from somewhere, from the Canaries, and I've got an inbound actually. I'm just going to swing the camera around for that before the Dreamliner goes. And I just remember seeing this plane incredibly close to us. It turns out it was, although I was going to Gatwick, it was the Fuerteventura flight going back to Bristol.
Okay.
And it stayed with us for ages, and it was very close to us. It was, and I don't know why. I just found that incredibly. It made me nervous.
Ryanair on the way in.
Ryanair on the way in. Okay.
737 Max 8200.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Age is listed as brand new. She came into service 23 May 2023. On the way back from Turin.
Love Turin.
Yeah.
Oh, Turin's the place to be in winter.
They're fluctuating between 47 to 50 mile an hour crosswinds at the minute.
Well, you can see that on the camera as well.
Bit of crabbing going on.
Yeah.
It's just dropped to 43. So yeah, it's definitely getting pushed around a bit.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you, Pete.
That's all right.
passengers on the Dreamliner will be treated to the sight of that brand new Max coming in. We'll cut that out though, because this is the real star of the show today. Ryanair makes a load of noise, not happy being left out of the camera frame there. It's like, watch this. Job definitely not looking at its finest, which has been something Darlo alluded to on the other Dreamliners, and you can see it on here actually.
See, doesn't it?
Yeah. Look
Yeah,
at
sun reflecting.
yeah, she's a beauty. Rare sight of a Dreamliner here at Bristol Airport, folks. Enjoy it. There is another charter next month, I believe. Same destination. Looks like we're off. Graceful.
Yes, she is.
Look how graceful that is. Starting to catch the wind now. There's nothing coming in behind us, is there, Pete?
No, I'm just going to double check.
Okay, I'll stay on this then for a minute. It's handy having an extra pair of eyes here, let me tell you. Very handy.
So yeah, they're 46 miles wind at the minute as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just shot up to 48, so they are getting battered a bit.
Of the route for these guys is pretty much straight on, I would imagine.
So head out over Cadbury House.
Is that where it is now?
Yeah, just gone over Yatton. So Weston-super-Mare, over Minehead, Stroke Watchet,
Yeah.
Bideford, and then pretty much straight across the channel.
Don't stop till you get to Barbados.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably get requests from Shannon for clearance, Oceanic. So yeah,
There you go, folks.
pretty cool.
The beautiful Dreamliner has departed. I had that down as a 1:30 originally, so I'm very glad. Fellow spotters we spoke to earlier advised us of the correct timing on that. Thank you very much to those guys, and I hope they got the great pictures that they came for today.
I think they went down the bottom.
Yeah, they went down to that other spot that I was talking to somebody on the chat about. Oops, there goes the mic again, sorry folks.
So we've got about 24 minutes until the next aircraft coming into land.
Okay, that's
Which is
great.
going to be EasyJet from Malaga.
Oh, another.
So she's just a second. Let's have a look.
Coming up the coast over
Over
Devon.
Bovey Tracy, exactly.
Ah, there you go. I used to work there.
So I was there actually. What was it? I was there Monday.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I used to work in the Heathfield trading estate that was opposite.
And I've actually got one of my ADSB receivers down there as well.
Oh, your network goes wide.
Yeah, it's world domination's in progress.
Phil Page says, hey from TUI Ops in Luton.
Oh,
Looking
wow.
forward to seeing our Dreamliner depart. Well, she has, Phil, and she's on her way. Lord Darlow says, TUI haven't taken all the 787s. Gulf Tango Uniform Indigo Papa, a 7879 has never been accepted, says in the States. Oh, that's interesting. BA user 350 on Vancouver and Virgin on New York. A380 best bit is probably Dubai or maybe SFO. Thank you, Darlo. And Lord Darlo says, is Mrs. Patmore a real person? Yes. As I understand it, TUI ran a competition to name planes. Hence there's one called Neil, one called Alfie. I think the original 2EA is called Living the Dream because it's obviously the first Dreamliner. Perhaps our operations team colleague can tell us, but as I understand it, it was named after a couple who won the competition and they got one each. So there is a Mr. Patmore flying around as well. And I think, but I don't know, that they're from Bristol. That's why I'm kind of interested to know. I kind of got that impression.
That might be worth investigating.
Yeah, absolutely.
For anyone who's interested, I've just put my email address up if they want photos from the Dreamliner.
There you
by
go.
no means a professional, but you're more than welcome to have a copy. Just drop me an email.
Where have you put that, on the chat? Or
On the chat, yeah.
Oh, I don't know if it's come up actually, it might have cut it off. Let us know if you can see Pete's email address. It's not coming up on my one. It says an expert, but you're welcome to them. Right, so Darlo flew back on the dash. Sorry, the first ever plane you flew on was an Air Canada Boeing 7878 Dreamliner. Oh, special site for you just then as well. LHR to YVR. Gen X engines. The second aircraft I flew on was a Dash 8 Q400. That was very, very different, and that flight was 8 minutes.
I think the very first plane I flew on was some TriStar.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm showing my age here.
So many people haven't had the chance to fly one of them. I wish I had.
I think the only place you see them now is in the Nevada desert rotting away.
Yeah, absolutely. Company this morning, hope you enjoyed that. Plenty to come. Departures. The airport is pretty busy at the moment, as you can probably see from our...
There are you coming in, so...
Yeah, the 12 o'clock hour is a fairly
got,
busy one.
there's a Ryanair on the way, EasyJet, which is just past Exeter. Ryanair. From Geneva.
Yeah, your email address isn't coming up, Pete. But
That's okay.
mate, you can read it out if you're happy to.
So anyone who wanted the photos of the Dreamliner or just wants to even touch base about sort of all the tech ADSB stuff, feel free. So the email address is pete@PapaLimaIndigoWhiskey.co.uk, and if you really want, you can also search that website and that will show you my ADSB station as well.
Oh yeah, it's well worth a look. I was hoping the screen today, but I hadn't got far enough with the new tech to be able to do it, and the old tech is a shambles, frankly.
Yes, it works.
It does work, yeah, it does work, and hopefully it's bringing up the info arrivals today, but it's also a bit of a pain. So yeah, how's the old batteries looking?
1%.
There you go. So that, it just shows you how flexible this gear is. You can take it out with you if you want to nerd out while you're watching the favourite planes. It's all legal to use. You're not transmitting anything. You're only receiving.
No, just receiving.
Yeah. So it's all above board. Don't worry. And like I say, we'll plan to use some of that on the channel soon. And I'm really hoping that it will enhance your streams from here and other airports.
I have brought this, Danny.
Oh no, that's very interesting. Right, okay, I'm missing. Just seeing one on the move as well. Right, hold on. Yep. No, that's right. What's that?
So this is a DIY patch antenna. It is very, very DIY. But this is for
satellite communications from above.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
okay.
This whole band. So there's two bands. That's the grey aircraft. You see, it's transmitted to a satellite. That satellite bounces back down.
Yeah.
The aircraft pick it up, and in this case, we pick it up. So it's just one-way messaging, but some of the information you can find out again is really cool. The other one is C, ADSB-C.
Right.
So we're doing ADSB.
Yes.
1090 megahertz, and a vertical ADSB-C is satellite, and it's both ways. It's ADSB as we know, and then it's voice data. And to do that, you need a minimum of
this one doing then? This is doing the sat, the ground.
Yeah, this will pick up
Is it sheet of metal? Or it's
just
copper.
PCB.
Right, okay.
So the bigger one is
Yeah.
and then this one is a element which is cut to that, and then these two as we would RHCP and LHCP, so right or left hand circular polarized.
That's kind of
Yeah, absolutely. So this is cut for polarized, and believe it or not, direction. It's
Wow.
the satellite inquires in that vicinity.
Yeah. I remember Astra used to be at something like 28.2 degrees east or something, or was
Yeah.
it the 19 originally for analog, and then they moved it for...
So I've brought all the bits, so I might give it a go in a minute, see if we can get any decodes.
Yeah, there's a nice open space here, so that's
That was my thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're having a proper nerd out here at Planecaster. You're listening to myself, Danny, and that's Pete Wright who's joined us as well. Thank you very much for giving us your time today, Pete. It's brilliant.
Yeah, well,
Brilliant.
beats watching daytime TV.
Absolutely. You won't say that when it blows up and the rain comes sideways.
You got another one push?
Where's that?
Oh,
that going up there. I'm on that one. I was just watching that. I think we might have just dropped out for a second. Let me just...
So there's another one that we were just chatting about. I think I use
right. So this is the standard...
So that's for the ADSB or
just
anything really. It's a software-defined radio.
there you go. Look how tiny that is, folks. That goes in the Raspberry Pi or the Raspberry Pi W with a USB adapter to make it the smaller connection, and it's a little aerial in that end as well.
Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, there's lots of things you can.
The action is actually happening with this pushback up here.
And then you can get add-ons like this.
So
that's
that's a filter.
So it's a LNA. So it's a filter and an amplifier.
Oh right, okay.
And in this case, it's specifically tuned to the frequency range for doing the L band.
So is LN low noise?
Low noise amplifier.
Low noise amplifier, right? Because I know that I do remember the other one's moving now. As soon as I change it, the other one's moving. I do remember on Sky on dishes you have an LNB, don't you?
That's right.
A low noise block.
Yep.
That is. So, but that's a low noise block and an amplifier, effectively.
Amplifier, low noise amplifier.
Yeah. What a brilliant bit kit. So that's going to enhance your signals and clean up. Oh, a little drop of rain there. It's going away from us.
It is definitely flying across, isn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like it's coming down at the back.
Right. We can be ready, don't worry. We can be ready. This is the life of a streamer. You're always watching, well, an outdoor streamer, you're always watching
Dodging the
weather.
rain.
Yeah. Some of the other streamers very effectively use tents, but I just don't know how that would work here. You know, like a quick pop-up tent. Because I'm needing to do the whole 180 from there to here.
Yeah,
Whereas-
doesn't give you much room, does it?
No. And if the rain's coming inwards, then that's not going to solve anything, is it? So this one, Echo Zulu Whiskey Sierra. I've flown on this one, Pete.
Oh,
Come back from Malaga on this.
claim to fame.
No, Pisa. Come back from Pisa. There you go. So that's on the wait now. Nothing immediately out there coming in. Let's have a quick look at the other one that's
No,
pushed
it's
back
some
up
up
here.
high above, I can hear it. Let's have a gander.
Now, funny enough, Pete, and this is going to sound ridiculous. If that's Oscar Mike,
Yep.
which I think it is, I can't quite make it out on the camera yet, then
So-
that's the flight I took to Pisa. Wait, honestly, I remember that.
So we've got a Jet 2 passing overhead.
I can hear it, yeah.
Yeah, it's gone through in clouds.
What is it? Is that a 757 or a...
It's a 737.
Oh, 737. Making a lot of noise.
She's off to Tenerife.
Still on the climb then.
Yeah. And they're forecasting a 60-mile-an-hour crosswind.
Wow, what, right now? That's what they're
right
getting?
now they're climbing. They're just past 29,000 feet. They've got a 60-mile-an-hour crosswind, and it's minus 47.
Well, that is Oscar Mike, by the way. So that is
That's
what I went
short
to
return.
Pisa on, and this is what I came back from Pisa on, which is absolutely nuts, isn't it?
She's off to Salzburg.
The one we're looking at now, or
Yeah.
Oscar Mike? I'm looking at Whiskey Sierra at the minute. Number 1, is that Salzburg?
Yeah.
Right, cool. I'm definitely getting moisture in the air now, folks.
And the EasyJet following up behind it is off to Sharm el Sheikh.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. One to the warm, one to the cold. Or one to the cold, one to the warm.
I know which one I'd rather be on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got the new fuel-saving winglets on this plane, but it is still a CEO 320. Current engine option. See the crosswind on the sock that it just passed then. Let's see how. I mean, that's the wind hitting us, not the plane. Definitely see a little bit of correction there required for the wind. Let's take a look at our next one now. It's off to somewhere considerably warmer. Haven't seen a 321 this morning, have we?
No,
Not so
I
far.
think this is the first one, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm sure it won't be long.
Well, it's definitely brightening up to our left.
That's good news. So last week, if you saw the stream, we were a little bit further down the field, but we were seeing some strange taxiing patterns, and that they were taxiing down the runway from the west there, back down to this end, and then doing a 180 and taking off like that. So maybe something was blocked on the taxiway.
Well, we never did find out, did we?
Yeah, we couldn't see anything, could we? It wasn't anything obvious. Could have been just something as simple as maintenance, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it was chilly, so whether there was ice potentially.
Oh yeah, it could have been, couldn't it? Yeah. If one had come down there and had a little slip.
Just preventive, avoid it.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look and see what the airport weather data is.
Notice the windsock there on your right. So not long before our next arrival, I think, Pete.
No, well, I think it's coming in soon.
Did you say it was at Bovey Tracy?
It was passing Baby Tracy, yes. Let's go back and see what's coming.
Can't be too far away now then. Probably done the old south track to the track south of the runway. And then,
Yeah, there is one coming in behind.
Just spotted
that's
it,
the
actually.
Malaga one, sorry.
Oh, this is Malaga, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get it up. Let's get it on the screen. There we are. Have you roped in many people to watch today, Pete? Anyone you want to say hello to?
I know Rich definitely is.
Morning, Rich. A little sense of the wind there you just caught on the mics. Just before I went on air, the weather warnings were updated for the wind tomorrow. Now, I was going to originally be up here tomorrow as well to have a look at if the wind looked like it was going to be bad, but I don't know what the weather warning's doing now. I think the wind warning was tracking in other areas.
I certainly can have a look. I think the Tui is probably going to be the next one after this. She's just between Reading and Guildford at the minute.
This one is picking up some real gnarly air. More on the kind of on the rotation rather than the banking, as it were. There you go. Look. The impression I'm getting from this angle, and it may not be the best angle to judge, Pete.
Sorry, Danny.
I was going to say the impression I'm getting from this angle of the, and it may not be the best angle to judge it, but I'm getting the impression that up there it's quite tricky. But as soon as you get below whatever the height is above the field, there maybe 100 feet or so, it's looking at the landings, it looks much nicer.
Yeah.
Like it is here. I mean, it's not
Like there's a
terrible
cushion.
here. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, clearer air and shelter sort of thing, and then
Definitely.
as soon as you go up, you can just see how quick the cloud cover's going across as well.
Yeah. I mean, like also this was blue skies when we arrived.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah. As ever. Very changeable here, always the way, especially when I'm streaming, it seems. We go through every single weather. They have a saying in Iceland, if you don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes. And it feels like that at Bristol sometimes.
I'd quite like to go and have a look at the volcanoes.
Oh yeah, that would be something else, wouldn't it? That really would. Right, where have I put that then? There it is. Right. Pete Leeds 1303. Good morning, you lovely people. New sub here. Lovely to have your subscription, Pete Leeds, and welcome to you. Phil Page, Planecaster, a big hello to the First Officer Abby flying Golf Echo Zulu Whiskey Sierra from her pals at TUI. That's amazing, isn't it?
That's pretty cool.
That's Phil from TUI Operations up in Luton. That's amazing. Let's have a look here. What else? Although different sky dish sizes mean different things. The small ones are usually domestic use for individual houses. The big ones on pubs and flats are communal dishes. Yeah, absolutely. Darling, we saw an A321 Neo from Turin. This one on the graphic saying it's from Bristol Golf Echo Zulu. Oh, saying it's from Bristol, is it? Aero, the 787 has departed. It wasn't due to arrive here today. It actually arrived yesterday about 6 AM, but it has already departed, if that's what you mean. If you're asking about what time it arrives in Bridgetown, I would say in about 10 hours. A loose guess. I see what you're Darlo, I see what you're saying now. Thanks very much for letting us know. So the graphics that you're looking at the moment are very much version 1, and they do sometimes pick up the stuff correctly, sometimes they don't. That's mainly due to my programming, not due to our friends at Radarbox, because they give us excellent data. It's just the way that my initial programming's used it. I've subsequently learnt a lot more since coding that, so version 2 will be a lot more accurate, I can assure you. And you'll definitely start to see that over the coming weeks. I love that message of support for the pilot of the one that just took off, the Whiskey Sierra. That's lovely. That one's going into the depths of EasyJet land there. We're not going to be able to see much of that one. If you've flown on any of these particular registrations that you're seeing today, let us know, folks. We're always fascinated to hear about your adventures and if you've been on any of these planes. Well, Pete, this is rude, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just looked at the registration of this one. It says to F you. Golf Delta Foxtrot uniform.
I hope it's off to somewhere cold.
Yeah. I'm just looking at a 737-800 there, aren't I? Yeah. I can always tell by the tail. Oh yeah, definitely a Boeing. There we go. It's windy here in Darlaston, Lord Darlow says. Yeah, it's definitely due to come down here as well, I think. Definitely going to happen. Over the course of tonight and tomorrow, I think, and maybe even into Monday. Don't worry, folks, we've got loads of arrivals as well. Oh,
So that's decoding L-band.
Let me pan the camera around on that. It's probably the best chance I've got of seeing it with my microphone attached as well. Bear with me. So Pete is continuing his experiments. He reminds me something of Dr. Emmett Brown when he was conducting his weather experiments on the night of the Back to the Future thing. If I zoom into the screen there.
Can you see it right, or do you need to move it?
Try rotating it a little bit towards. That's it. And so that's live decoding signals from.
Yeah. So each peak is one of the transponders.
It's a message blip, is it? Sort of thing?
No, it's just one of the open channels. If you get.
Oh, okay.
So they call it a transponder because that's then the satellite communication side.
So am I looking at like a frequency range on the screen? Is that
It's
what
like
I'm
having
looking
the TV turned on to BBC One.
Yeah.
Other channels are available.
Yeah. That's it.
But yeah, so each one of these is a frequency you can tune into.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And then from there, so I'll open the other software up and see if we can get a packet decoded.
Yeah, absolutely.
See what we can find.
We'll come back to you when you make some progress. Yeah, so I was about to say as well, we've definitely got a load of arrivals due in. Airport is emptying out quite a bit now. So over the course of the next hour or so, definitely quite a few arrivals. So don't go anywhere, folks. That's the one that just came in. There's a Jet 2 ready to go. Some of the arrivals on the screen here, I think we've probably got more in that, but right, so yeah, there we are. We'll put them on the screen anyway. So the weather here right now, as of the 11:20 METAR, the flight category is MVFR. Wind direction is from 200 degrees. It's 12 knots at the moment. I can't tell you the gusting. Visibility is about 6 miles. The sky cover is described as OVC, overcast, and it is 6 degrees Celsius. Thank you so much for being with us this morning, folks. As I always say, because this is not a channel that doesn't mention other streamers, because I only do what I do through being inspired by those other streamers. So I'm absolutely happy to mention all of our peers in this industry, but the people I've been watching this week, primarily Simon Lowe from Manchester, SDTV from Stansted twice in the past week, Gatwick, a little bit of the action from Madeira. They've been showing a radar screen showing the progress of that storm that's been tracking through there. But hello to everybody in this industry, and I think our friends at Aviation Hunters possibly be live at Heathrow, as they usually are on a Saturday, very, very soon, if they're not already. So really appreciate you tuning in to us here at Bristol, and if you are new to us, please do press that subscribe button. Really, really grateful for that. It won't cost you anything, but it makes a big difference for us. Let's see where this one's off to. Toulouse is the destination for this one. 737-800 for Jet 2. Flurry of activity in the airport there, as you can just see various vehicles and flying around, keeping things running. Brilliant team at Bristol Airport, keeping this fantastic airport running. Sky's kind of like half cleared and then gone a bit moody again. If I zoom out, you can see the scene here. Let's have a look at that sock and give you an idea. Blasting across the runway there. So this will be our next departure here to Toulouse. Reasonably short flight. As ever with a 737, you'll hear this one thunder off down the runway. Watch this shortly after takeoff, liftoff, and I think we'll see the effects of that wind we've been talking about. There you go. Apologies when the wind keeps hitting us. The screen on top of the tripod makes me a bit like a sail. Actually, that looks quite a bit smoother than the other flights so far. That one's off to Toulouse anyway. Knows what's going on here, shall we? Leave that there for a second. Right. So Martin Hill, BRS BGI today is 8 hours 45 minutes. Must have a headwind. I thought it'd be longer than that. That's great. Can Pete check on Jesus? Golf uniform, no, Golf Echo Zulu uniform Sierra. It's we want to know if it's uprising again. The aim is for us to catch Jesus at Bristol.
So 2 is just banking round.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, we'll see that in a moment.
Ryanair's right behind it, and EasyJet's just coming past Swindon.
Oh, there you go.
And another EasyJet's just passing Exeter.
Oh, there you go. A series of 4 arrivals.
But we also have a Learjet.
Right,
Falcon.
okay.
That's that on the way from Shannon.
Oh, fantastic. That's a Zolo. Is that
Yeah.
one? Is the registration of that one? Oh, fantastic.
Colo.
Oh, Colo. Right, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll look forward to seeing that one as well.
She's just outside of Swansea at the minute.
She won't be too long then.
No, so look, you were right. It's certainly going to get busy.
Lord Darlow's put some interesting chat on about the National Police Air Service and some planes based out of EMA. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, some very interesting stuff actually. Get involved on the chat, guys. It's you're very welcome. Say hello. Tell us where you're joining from. But if you're just watching the action and want to just stay in the lurkers lounge as they say, then you're very welcome to as well. Welcome to the nearly, I think it's nearly 50 of you now joining us. Well, it was nearly 50, now 40. Figures up and down all the time, aren't they, on YouTube? Just this this concept of EasyJet land at Bristol, which I always say is amazing when you look at it here.
I think Bristol should just be called EasyJet.
Yeah, we'll rename it Easy Bristol.
Even better. It probably is though one of the easiest airports just to get to, navigate through.
Yeah, it really is. It's it ain't no pain.
So regarding Jesus, the last flight was the 10th of January.
Oh, okay. It's having a little break then, maybe a bit of maintenance. That would be the guess, wouldn't it, if it's disappeared from operations?
Try and dig in and find out.
Right, I'm going to swing the camera around, just seeing that arrival you spoke of. Do you say this one's TUI, Pete?
Let's have a look quickly. I think I did, yeah. Yep, so this is TUI from Verona.
Wonderful.
What we've got a Boeing 737-8 Kilo 5. Registration was May 2011, so she's 12 years old. Again, we've still got that crosswind, so they're reading 50-mile-an-hour crosswind at the minute.
That's stayed quite consistent today, hasn't it? You can definitely see it catching it.
Well, it's just dropped to 46, but it's there, isn't it? And
yeah. And actually, I believe that's knots as well. They're reporting that in knots, and knots is quite a bit more than mile an hour, isn't it? It's
on here
higher.
it says it's coming through as mile an hour.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay,
yeah,
right. Okay.
Yeah. But I believe you are right. So they just dropped to 1,100 foot, and they're reporting -2.
Oh, it's cold enough here.
Certainly is.
I'll ask you about that aerial in a minute, actually, Pete, the big aerial.
Yeah, there's two there.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course, yeah.
So one from your partner, radar box.
Yeah. Oh, they actually do an antenna, do they?
Yeah,
oh,
they
fantastic.
do a range. And that's quite a nice one because it's a length of cable with a correct end.
Right, let me just catch this
Yeah,
one, and then
by all means.
I'll swing the camera back round then to that. Oops. That was some erratic camera work, sorry folks. Tripping over myself and getting tangled up in our wires. Oh, there we are, firm. I think we described that one definitely as firm.
That was definitely a touch, wasn't it?
Positive landing. But before the next one appears, because I know it's not far behind, let's spin back round. This weather is looking ominous now. So you've got an aerial you can get there. Is the radar box ADSB?
Yep, so the radar box is ADSB.
If you can see that, folks. This long, there we go, it's zoomed in now. So that one is ADSB.
That's ADSB.
Yep.
Comes with 30 foot of cable pre-attached.
And just hang it up.
Yeah, inside, outside. Outside is always better. And then this one here is a Slim G.
Yep. Okay.
And that's for airband, but that's what I was using for the RCAS messages.
Does look a bit like an infusion thing, like you give blood to somebody. And that aerial actually goes up huge, doesn't it? About 10 metres.
Yeah, it's 10 metre flagpole.
We obviously wouldn't dream of using it here, like at that height, but it's amazing to see all the things you can do. It really is.
Yeah, I use the Slim G when I go camping.
Oh, and that just gives you coverage.
And yeah, job done. And you can even use it for ADSB. That antenna I do use when I'm out and about all the time.
Oh, that's fantastic stuff.
It's all sealed. It's dropped a few times and it still works.
It's a brilliant bit of kit, and it just goes in the ground there.
Yeah, a couple of stakes.
Couple of stakes, yeah, and job done. Right, well, nothing there at the minute, so let's go back to the airfield.
She is literally just coming over the top of Tube Magna.
Oh right, so it's just the cloud cover as usual. That's what always happens. Look at the flurry of traffic at the airport. Just absolutely amazes me. Everything involved to make an airport work. All the various people, all the companies, and obviously the passengers. Depending on the passengers doing the right thing, playing their role. Always amazing. So we're just waiting for an arrival to appear on the horizon, at which point I will spin the camera round. I'm looking very nervously at the darkening.
I am as well. I was just waiting until I pack some of this stuff.
Ever darkening skies. What I'll do is
I can see lights for Ryanair coming in.
Can you give me 1 second? I'm going to do one thing here, just to
just in case.
Yeah, just to make things a little bit more rapid if we have to. Hopefully that doesn't cause any problem to our internet signal there. Right, so let's swing the camera around. Excuse me. So it's a Ryanair arrival.
That's correct.
Okay. Tell us everything you know, Pete.
The very little. So what we got? We've got a Boeing 737-8AS Alpha Sierra. She's 13 years old, registered in April 2010. She's 3 miles out at the minute. And their crosswind at the minute is buffering around 44.
Okay. Where's the direction of that wind, is it?
I'm guessing this is pointing north, but it's fluctuating between 210 and 206.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's not too bad. And 737 sometimes gives vapour trails off. I'm not sure if you can see it with your eyes, Pete, but I can definitely see it on the camera just a little bit.
Yeah, I can see the buffer on the wing.
Always a nice little effect to see. Oh yeah, no, this is definitely having a little bit of a bounce around up there. We'll zoom out for a little bit of context. So you can see the kind of like the drifting effect.
I've heard no wake turbulence today though.
Yeah, no, we're not under it today though, are we?
No, that's true.
And the wind is blowing from behind us away, so you're more likely to hear it down where we were last time, but even further down the field. I'm going to have to buy another one of these gloves now for doing the car, aren't I? Because this is a firm, permanent Planecaster asset now.
I like the position, one hand in the pocket and one glove. Right?
That's it, yeah, there's warmth in both parts, so that's good.
So the next incoming is EasyJet, which is apparently 2 minutes away, 2 miles away, sorry.
Oh, brilliant, okay. Let's pop the camera around then.
Oh, I can't actually see anything yet.
Actually, what we'll do, folks, just before it appears, you won't miss it, don't worry, I just want to try and...
Saying that, it's just there in the far distance.
Is it? Okay, alright, just going to...
And shortly after that we've got the Alicante EasyJet, and then this one from Shannon is literally just coming over the channel across the Porter's Head.
There you go. Somewhere you know well.
Yeah.
Right, okay. That's right. Okay. Swing that around now, folks, sorry.
Well, that wind picks up then, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the changeable nature is what they're having to deal with at the minute. Right, keep you down there. We'll be back with you on the chat soon, folks. Just got a few bits of camera job to do. Even the Airbus is leaving a little vapour trail as well, which you don't see very often actually.
Well, it's quite nice when you see it, isn't it?
Yeah. Middle of the wing, the rakes I think they're called. Again, I'm going to zoom out a little bit just so you can see the context, I suppose, with the ground. And you can see how the angle of the plane looks compared to terra firma. I think sometimes from this angle it minimises the craziness that the pilots are putting into the inputs to make sure it lands safe. So, and in the right direction. There's a good example. You can really see a bit of a drift going on there. Right. That is a 321. As you can see from that extra exit door on the wing there, the rear of the wing, catching a little bit of wind on the way down and then a whole lot smoother at this height. That's our first 321 of the day then, I believe. Nice bit of steering going on there, you can see the rudder. Doing its thing. Right. Okay, that was it then, wasn't it? Or was there another one?
I think there's another one. Let's have a look.
Probably a little gap between that. What we've got going on over here. Nothing pushing at the moment.
So Alicante's just turning around just outside of Keynsham.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
And our visitor from Shannon is just over Pucklechurch at the minute, and I hazard a guess that they might be coming further down and then turn.
Yes. That would be great. Okay, that would be a nice sight to see. So there's a Dassault Falcon.
And then Tui is just over Reading.
Is that a Max or a 800?
It's a 737.
Is it a Max though? Or is it... got there?
No.
Oh, just 8. Right,
Just
so
an 8K5.
800 series. There was a period of time in the summer where there was no 737-800s to be seen here, it seemed. It was all Maxes. And I actually had come to the conclusion that TUI had kind of, had
Given
that as a
up.
policy from now on, and had kept the 800 at Gatwick and things like that. But the Maxes, now we're seeing quite a few more of the 800s. I don't know what the reason for that was. I know the Maxes are more fuel efficient, so they'll want to use them where possible. But I guess you deploy them on the longer routes is probably where you're going to get the max.
Yeah, it'd be more efficient, I guess.
Pardon, if you pardon the pun. Right, okay. Let's have a quick look here. Sorry, folks. Barnaby Gomez. Hello, bom dia. To you as well. Lord Darlow, Birmingham's getting an EasyJet base, but it has Jet to land. Oh, right, that's interesting. I know EasyJet are going to get in there, that's for sure. I did see the story about that.
I hail from EasyJet land, aka Bristol.
There you go. Nice one, Alex.
That's almost like a Vicky Pollard, isn't it? Yeah, but no, but yeah.
Zoom in on the top window of the building behind the EasyJet tail. Oh, now. Which tail are we to? Oh, right.
I'm guessing the one to the right
Let's
of
have
the
a
fuel
go.
tank.
Let's have a go.
Terry, what a small world. I'm actually from that area. So, hello to Northampton.
Right. Is it that building there? Is that what we want? Let's leave it there for a second and see what we get.
So, James, are we looking at you?
It'll take a second because we've got a delay, and I'll try and steady the camera for a minute. There you go.
I think what needs to happen is a big banner, Planecaster.
Yeah, that's what we need. Oh no, there's an arrival. We'll come back to the building, don't worry, we'll come back to the building. I'm enjoying that. So just sat here waiting to get soaked, I think, as well. It does feel that way. Right. Have a firm landing there. No messing around when the weather's like this.
No,
Get it down.
Get it down.
Yeah. Right. Let's go back to the building. I'm intrigued. So it's that one there, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's I'll see if I can leave that camera facing there without shaking around too much. There we go. I don't know if that's the right building. Let me have a look. Are you watching chat or are you?
I'll
have a-
Sure. Trying to watch it.
I'll have a look as well.
Cool. Turn that one down. Get an echo on the go.
Maybe Jesus is actually a bloke called Brian who's in the timeout, as he's not the Messiah but a very naughty boy. Good morning from Northampton. That's how Luton used to look with all the EasyJets. Absolutely, Terry.
So yeah, that's my old haunt, Northampton.
Yeah. Oh right. Okay. That's what you were talking about. Northampton.
Yeah, small world, isn't it?
Oh, finally, you've been around, haven't you? You've been in those places.
Yeah, I'm not from around these parts. I'm not sure if there's someone stood in that top right.
Well, if you're stood there, we need you to dance madly.
Yeah, we need the
yeah,
floss.
flashing lights, yeah, floss, anything you like really. Oh, there's another one coming in.
Yeah.
Now I'm moaning about the flights coming in. We'll come back to you. I bet I've got the wrong
So
place.
this is
anyway.
our Dassault Falcon from Shannon.
All right, here's a nice little treat for you folks. Yeah, those of you who like your general aviation and your business jets. It's a sleek looking aircraft, that's for sure. Oof. Caught a last minute bit of wind on the way down.
Yeah, it was quite touchy-feely, that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the pilot on the controls had it straight away. It was like, nope, not having that.
Yeah.
Don't be trying any of that
nicely
rubbish.
dialed.
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Right, I'm going to go back here one more time. There's no other windows by the tail, is there? Because this is the... oh, and this is somebody waiting for the flight.
2E is just...
To LPA. I wonder...
So, Ryanair, the 737 MAX 8 variant.
Yep.
She's just started broadcasting. She's scheduled at 12:35. That's to June.
Just having a look in there. I don't think they would be...
And at the minute, that is one that is showing.
Yeah, well, it's 1:30, so it's another hour yet before the other one goes. Might even be that one that's just come in. Uniform Zulu Hotel Alpha. Is it a 3-2? Oh no, it's a 3. Is that a 320? Yeah, no, that's the 321 we're looking at there, and that's the 320. Right, okay. Well, that's the only window I can think of that's by the tail, yeah? I'll leave it there a little bit longer. There's nothing else coming in for a second.
No, it's overspinning at the minute.
Right, definitely dodgier ground now for the weather for us. We're having a look. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, folks. Just going to go to... I'm going to remove my external monitor, I think, and that means I can put the... Oh, blimey, now I've messed the whole camera angle up. Chaos, sorry folks.
You're breaking it.
It's just having to account for the weather as ever. Right. Ooh, there we are. Right. I remember to take my microphone off this time. John Kershaw makes a great point. I take it you can't go in that field in front of you. I'm from Bude, often go to Winters Lane, but not been now. It's all been done up. Need to try there sometime. Yeah, come up to Felton Common. It's a great view. Absolutely don't go in the field in front though, as it's private property. There's a park there as well, which has got airport equipment. My friend has a cat called Pixie, who when she sees a plane, she paws the TV screen, she thinks it's a bird. Well, there we are.
Afternoon, Howard.
Oh yeah, hello Howard. How you doing? feeling like if the rain comes, we're not too far off. That's what that's for. Okay.
It's definitely blowing across, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks darker there though. That's the bit that's worrying me there, that side. Put this on anyway. Right folks, it's always a fun occasion when I put the camera thing on, so bear with me. It takes me half hour to work out which way around everything goes. Somebody wanted to have a laugh.
So this is retro.
No, this is actually built for it, apparently. Go in there. There we go. And that goes in there. Broadly rainproof.
So let's see what.
Do have one down there and looking like it's going to be making a move.
So 2 is just outside of Bath. Got 5 minutes before she's due.
Brilliant. Okay, we'll look forward to that. That's an interesting one to come out of, that gap down there where the EasyJet's being pushed out of, so they've got to push it backwards and then sideways and all the way out, I guess.
Yeah, Ryanair is now taxiing.
Ah, fantastic. Yeah, so like it's so often the case at the airport, you have a little lull and then a load of things happen at once.
Yeah.
The Falcon that just came in is behind the Ryanair. Oh, I tell you what I did notice on the Radar Box app, which is great. I love that flight feed when you open it. And it comes up with like a social media style layout, shall we say, of the aircraft that are right near you at the time.
Yeah.
Really like that. It's a feature I haven't seen before. So all credit to the Radar Box team. And we must say, go over to your app store, whether you're on the Play Store for your Android stuff, or you are on the App Store on your iPhone or iOS devices. Download Radar Box. It is free. You can of course subscribe if you want more features, but the basic feature set you get is fantastic, and I think you'll really enjoy using it. It's an app that does things a little bit differently. Great data, and fed by the likes of Pete here, feeding them amazing data from his huge aerial on his house. So do we know where that Ryanair's off to then?
We do.
Is it? It is actually the Max. I can see it's the got the Max engines.
I've got a feeling they're going to hold.
Oh right, yeah. Make way for the inbound.
Yeah, it's off to Geneva.
Aha, fantastic. Mind you, lights are on. I think they're going straight out. No messing around. Telltale was when the old taxi lights go on at that point.
Looked like you stole it.
Yeah, that's it.
To be fair, Tui is just outside of Keynsham, so
Yeah, plenty of room. The ATC team here are fantastic at squeezing flights in and out.
They are. A couple of them have commented on the today's event.
Have they?
Yeah, let's have a look. So Adrian is one of the guys in the tower.
Oh, that's lovely to hear from you, Adrian. EasyJet pushing back there as we watch this Ryanair take off. So Pete, did anybody have anything to say about my fantastic new invention?
I'm just having a look now.
It might be that the community is stunned, you know?
Silence sometimes can speak volumes.
You can see behind you, there we are. There's the next one coming in. This one might be a bit haphazard on the pan, folks, because I'm using now, I don't have the external monitor because we put it away in case it rains.
No one has.
They're astounded. That's what it is.
Or they're so glued to the stream.
That could be it. You mentioned a trip to Zurich soon, Pete. Do you know anything about the flights for that yet? Have you got that?
Unfortunately, it's not going to be from Bristol.
Oh, no.
The boss is tight, so we've got to go straight to London. I believe there's only one flight a week from Bristol.
You're not going from London City, are you?
Heath, Gatwick, I think, maybe.
Oh, right, okay. Can you imagine that? A London City thing? That would be spectacular. This is definitely picking up wind in the air here. I can see it very, very clearly on the camera.
It's definitely having a dance, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're reporting a good 50-mile-an-hour crosswind.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that. Right. I say, excuse the pan here, folks. I'm looking for a postage stamp sized window as I turn.
There was a bit of a hold there, wasn't there? And then,
Well, the good news is there's a bit of rubber left as a souvenir on the... So some departures to watch, but also this Dassault Falcon is just passing. I presume it's not on a touch and go. It's on
yeah, we've got 3 up-and-coming departures. We've got Bristol to Grenoble on EasyJet. We've got another EasyJet and Bristol to Fuerteventura. TUI to Fuerteventura.
There's your business jet. Anyway, off to the business centre. Oh, that wind is chilly now, isn't it?
John was asking where the best place is, Danny, to park for up to Felton Common.
Okay, well, you can come from the top or the bottom, as it were, of Felton Common, and you mentioned a car the other day, didn't you, down the bottom end?
Yep, by the church.
And there is also you can a bit further and come round. There's a road that along Bristol. You can also get to the top of the hill, which is effectively look for Long Lane and a long lane. Up there, just park considerately. Think about the people who live around here. It's public land, and it does afford these amazing views over the airport. I have to say, in all my time kind of coming in and out of Bristol Airport, I didn't realise it was here until I walked up here at all. I had no idea.
I didn't until I came at that time and met you in the summer.
And we fly over the damn thing when we land at Bristol all the time, but it's just like, wow.
Normally too gutted to take notice though, aren't you? Coming
Yeah.
back from a nice time away.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry for the stabilise it a bit. Grenoble and Hurghada, was it? I think you said?
Yeah.
Right, cool. Okie doke.
We do have an S in its time as well.
Ah,
It's
propeller.
just currently coming over the outskirts of Bristol.
Propeller time.
And a good old turboprop. She's come across from Dublin.
Okie dokie, that'll be good. The wind is definitely getting a tea, would you say?
Yes. Yeah, it looks a bit menacing over that way.
Yeah.
Possibly some of the wet stuff as well. It's waterproof.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep telling us.
Just a shame video cameras. That's what they always tell you as a runner, isn't it? Skin's waterproof. Yeah, it's getting up, and it's definitely not going to be very pleasant around here. I think in the later part of the day, we won't be here for too much longer. Hopefully, we'll avoid the rain. Well, there's a series of departures. Somebody's obviously heard something.
Bit of a flurry. It's definitely a low cloud ceiling.
Yeah, it's not good, is it?
See what ITAF are reporting for the weather.
If actually fancy coming again. Maybe in a future show we could talk about a load of the apps that we've got
Yeah.
access to, because there's so much good stuff, isn't there?
Yeah, we could do a breakdown. So 2,300 is where the cloud cover's starting.
Oh yeah, that's pretty low, because where are we? We're at about 600 feet here already, aren't we?
Yeah.
Something like that. Bristol Airport, famously on the top of a hill, because why not? Let's just make life a little bit more difficult when it's foggy. Our friends of the channel nicely on their way now to Barbados.
Yeah, well on their way. Let's
I wonder if they'll...
have a sneaky peek and see where they actually are.
I'm interested to know if their route shows that they'll go across the Azores, or fly near that, because that's what I did when...
So they're an hour and 14 minutes into their flight.
Yeah,
Quite happily sat at 38,000 feet.
yeah.
They're 541 miles into their trip.
Oh, right, of a total...
3,560, I believe. I'm not sure if that's counting down.
That's amazing. Keeping an eye on the sky as well, because we've got... Oh, there it is. This is a propeller, isn't it? Is this Air Dublin? Air Lingus?
Aer Lingus, that's correct.
There we go, happy days. It's good when the timing just works out. There's that very distinctive shape there, look at that.
And then not long behind it, you'll have a KLM, Embra.
Oh wow, second KLM of the day.
And 33 minutes after that, there's an EasyJet, which is just coming over the north of France.
I think we may be gone for that one, but I'll what I'll do is I'll have a quick look and see.
And there's a Jet 2 in an hour.
Yeah, we'll be out of here by then, I think, Pete. Things happened a little bit earlier today. I think stuff was ahead of schedule.
Yeah, 100%.
Certainly the Dreamliners, that was going to be the kind of the finish, as it were.
There's an EasyJet in Edinburgh that's just took off, coming down here as well.
Oh, fantastic. That'll be the one we sent up earlier, I guess.
Might well be, yes.
You saw it take off. These propeller planes, the speed they're flying at, obviously, just looks like they take forever to get here. with a headwind and everything. Or well, actually, it's more of a crosswind, isn't it?
There is something about a propeller.
High wing, isn't it? That's pretty neat, you know. T-tail, high wing. Bit different to your kind of thing that you see so many of here.
It's not as good as being in an A400M though.
No, I should think not. Wow, they proper greased it.
I guess they're used to the stormy weather.
Yeah, well, Dublin can be very challenging, can't it? By all accounts,
Absolutely.
from what I hear.
So KLM is 3 minutes away. That's coming in.
Oh, fantastic. We got this one going out as well.
Yep.
Who's
So
going to make it first, I wonder? Oh, lights are on. Line up and wait.
So this is EasyJet off to Newcastle.
Is it a 319?
Are you zooming in?
No, no. It's just it looks shorter.
She is an A319-111.
Yeah, they're a bit shorter.
16 years old.
Yeah. Oh, You love a flight on the 319s. That was where it all started, really, for EasyJet and Airbus, wasn't it? Before they started going for the bigger 320s and then the 321s. Sorry, folks, trying to do two things at once here. Just keeping an eye on my phone for weather alerts. This to depart, off to Newcastle, where we say hello to our friends at Plain Sailing Aviation, who are based at that airport and some of the Scottish airports as well. So hello to you, and Mark and Eddie, hope you're very well. And whatever you guys are up to this weekend, make sure you join them. Plain Sailing Aviation, press the subscribe button on their channel, folks. Lovely people, great streams. There we go, beautiful stuff. And then I think in a minute we'll see it.
Just above the tree.
Can you see it? Can you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like a little dot.
Yeah.
Let me just
You've
check
got the
something.
light clouds and then the dark cloud layer. It's just in there.
There's a fair bit of chat going on, but I'm not catching it all. Oh, I'll come back to it in a minute. Let's get the inbound. We'll get you on the chat in a minute, folks. It's just when the action's happening, obviously we want to focus on that.
Just come more into view now.
Oh yeah, that's better. Cheers, Pete. Won't zoom in too much, and then you can just kind of see how it's drifting and crabbing into that wind that's coming from the south. It's quite interesting to watch, both in person and through the lens here. There we go. So we've got a bit of a break now, have we, before?
I think so. Let's have a...
Oh, we've got another departure actually. Let's catch that. Departure from EasyJet. And then I think it might be a case of calling it a day today. Let's have a look.
We've only done well so far. 1 o'clock and it hasn't.
Yeah. I like kind of staying on the right side of luck there.
Bristol Airport in.
Right. Ah yes, this is the...
So yeah, there's a flight from Paris in 26 minutes.
Okay.
45 minutes is Edinburgh. 56 minutes Geneva.
Oh, there was a 1:30 to LPA, wasn't there? Do you know,
So these are inbound, sorry.
on the departure, do you know how that's doing? Gran Canaria. It was, wasn't it? EasyJet. I don't know the flight number though. One of our.
So there's a Malaga at 1:10 That's Ryanair. The Aer Lingus, which has just come in, strangely enough, is also going back out. +1.
Oh right, okay, that's
There's Gran Canaria at 1:30. Paphos at 1:50, Amsterdam at 1:45, and then it's no more departures until 14:35, which is Tenerife, of which
Anyway. Those 3 word. What 3 words are there? Crowd, Crumpy's mute. There's a great addresses, aren't they? We all go on the map looking for rude ones, don't we? Well, I do. Some great chat on there. Thank you, Darlo, for contributing to that as ever, and everybody else who's joined us today. John Kershaw's having a chat. The Flying Welshman, hello from the staff car park. Drove past you a moment ago. EasyJet started with Boeings back in the 90s. Yes, they did, Lord Darlo, you're right. They're older ones, weren't they? Jet2 are now going to Airbus. Well, that's great. I'm very much a fan of that.
doesn't surprise me.
Flying Welshman will be on EKK to Riga this afternoon. I don't think we'll be here for that.
I hate to say it, but I think that's spots of rain.
Yeah, absolutely. Folks, I think we're going to have to cut it because of the inbound weather. It wasn't due to hit until about 6 o'clock, but it looks extremely menacing. And I've got a whole new gear set up today to pack away, so excuse me. So I think we'll probably call it a day now in this quiet spot. Pete, thanks ever so much for joining us today.
That's all right.
And
Pleasure.
telling us about ADS-B and bringing literally a massive aerial to the thing, which has just been brilliant.
It's crazy, isn't it?
And yeah, if you fancy it, come join us for another one, and we'll have a good old chat about.
Bring some more kit.
Yeah, we'll have a waffle about all these things aviation related, and you can tell us your latest progress on things, and hopefully I'll be somewhere in terms of being able to demo some of that stuff from the stuff I've got off you today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can see the spots of rain now on the rain cover, so it's definitely, I think, probably time to say goodbye. Thank you very much for joining us, and next week is the 24th, isn't it?
Yes.
24th. Just making sure I'm not anywhere stupid. I'm sure I'm back next week. Yes, earlier, because I need to be back in Cardiff for some food and drinks for somebody's birthday. So yes, but keep an eye on the channel as ever, folks. It's youtube.com/@planecaster. Make sure you press subscribe, and the community updates, I always put in the details there of the shows and links to various things. Thank you so much for your time today, and I know, like I always say, there's so many people broadcasting on a Saturday. You could be at Heathrow, you could be at Manchester, and you could of course be in European countries as well. But thanks for joining us here in Bristol, and it was great to see that Dreamliner go as well.
It was impressive.
So for now, I will press the buttons to shut down, folks, but we will be back. Don't go, we can go, don't go anywhere, you can go where you want, but we will be back soon, and thank you very much for joining us. Keep an eye on the channel. Bye for now.